The latest report about Bristol Prison has described it as the most unsafe in the country. Inspectors found it overcrowded with high levels of violence, self-harm and drug use. Well, today's is only the latest in a series of highly critical reports stretching back over the last decade or so. Martin Jones is at Bristol Prison for us now. Good evening to you, Martin. Just to outline to us what the report actually says.
Yeah, David, I mean, the report details what it calls this old Victorian jail's chronic and seemingly intractable problems. It, as you say, describes it as one of the most unsafe prisons in the country, partly because 9 men have taken their own lives here since the last inspection, with one man being charged with murdering his cellmate. Prisoners are spending here up to 22 hours a day locked up, and the report describes the jail as riddled with drugs in some cases being delivered by drone to prisoners through their windows. And if we take a look at this picture of the outside of the jail, it shows that because some prisoners can't get to the toilet during the night, they're throwing their waste out of the windows, and you can see the staining on the walls of the prison underneath the windows.
Now, this isn't new, is it, Martin? I mean, you could have been a lifer there starting your sentence 30 years ago. Things were bad then and they've not improved that much by the sound of it.
Exactly, it does have a long history of problems, and this isn't the first report to be critical. There have been 5 assessments of Bristol Prison since 2013, all of them damning, and it's the second time in a row that inspectors have demanded urgent change.
What we called an urgent notification at our last inspection of Bristol in 2019. So we were absolutely horrified to come back to the jail and find that we had no choice but to issue another urgent notification then. That means the Secretary of State has 28 days in which to respond where we come across a jail that is in a really dire situation. So it's enormously concerning that the prison service over many years has failed to do what it needs to do to improve Bristol Prison.
Now, I've been speaking to some ex-prisoners here today, and they've corroborated largely what the report has said. They talked about rats, cockroaches, a pervasive smell of urine. And some prison campaigners have told me that the conditions inside the jail may make it less safe for people outside it.
It's really important that we get that prison properly staffed, that we have the right number of people inside so that everybody can get access to exercise, education, training, employment, because those are the skills and attributes they're going to need to find work and move on from crime on the outside. So it matters to everybody across Bristol that this prison is performing well, and right now it isn't doing that.
Now, the government does say it's taking urgent action to turn Bristol Prison round and ensure the safety of staff and prisoners. And it says it knows there is further work to do. It says it's bringing in experienced officers to reduce violence, increase education and improve healthcare. The problem, though, David, is that people have heard this before, and many connected with the jail will be wondering, why will it be different this time?
All right, Martin, grim stuff. Thanks very much indeed for that. Appreciate it.